though I can perfectly well accept what Andrew's saying, that we're all different, there will be certain things. So in your definition of autism, Andrew, there are certain things you've identified as being common. So, Joseph, you've been on this neurodiversity journey since we spoke, what, a year or so ago?
A year ago, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me what your purpose, your mission is.
Well, to understand that, you have to understand me. I mean, I was diagnosed at a very young age.
Okay.
And my diagnosis doesn't fall into the category of the top ones, such as dyslexia or ADHD. Mine is more visual motor, visual perception, and working memory. So it's a neurodiversity, but doesn't fall into the major categories. And if anything, visual perception gets often misdiagnosed as being dyslexic. So with my journey has taken me to a very long aspect where definitely issues with school, running my own business and ran into issues, trying to find support, and everything's out there is geared towards kids. So, when you're in the school system, if done correctly, and you've been identified and you have the right teachers, you can develop the support and develop the coping mechanisms and learn to succeed outside of school. But if you're dealing with teachers who haven't been trained or doesn't understand the coping mechanisms and help you identify, and this is where my love-hate situation comes into play, is if I was defined and shown how to use my strengths more effectively, then I think I would have been more effective, not only as a student, but definitely as an entrepreneur. And sometimes, some people are able to do it intuitively, others not. And I think, again, if I've had more of a guidance, things maybe have been different. So through the adulthood, running my own business, still ran into the issues, but everything I tried to find out there is geared towards kids because it's seen as a childhood issue rather than a lifelong issue. So I came to a point in the last 2 years, especially, and prior to this, I'd never really disclosed my neurodiversity. So it's only been in the last year to 2 years I've really, truly been outspoken about who I am and what I have. And I came to the conclusion that during my entrepreneurship and even during my employment, that there was no support structure, and businesses don't understand who they're employing. And there needed to be a voice for the employee or for the entrepreneur who needs that support and needs to have that clarification in the workplace. And that requires bringing that voice into the workplace and educating employers and managers and human resources. That also goes into the entrepreneur. I mean, 1/3 of entrepreneurs are neurodiverse. So, and why have they left? I mean, we take a look at statistically, many leave the workplace due to mental health reasons because they're not getting the support they need from their managers or their employers. They end up starting their own businesses. And we find out that a lot of neurodiverse become very successful entrepreneurs. And why? Because they built it all around the following model. They built around focusing on their strengths and adding support around their challenges, basically what they were not getting in the workplace. So when you understand that journey and you understand why I've taken on this cause, then you can see why it becomes very outspoken about this. And why we need to change the perspective of how people view, because going back to Shireen's point, what is normal? There is really no normal. I mean, if you want to take a look at normality, you look at the mirror and you think, that's what normal looks like because I'm normal, and so I expect everyone else to be like me, which really isn't the case. And
what? I'm just going to stop you there just to have a quick message from our sponsors.
You're listening to Business Live Global, where your business meets the rest of the world.